Hello, I'm EG, and this is Crocheting with EG. And in this video, this is going to be one of my random videos where I talk about some of the stuff that I found in local thrift stores, Goodwill and Salvation Army mainly. And there is some yarn, and there's some like crochet stuff. There's going to be some tangents and stuff, like some of the stuff that I collect and all that, and some like crafty stuff that I found. But there will be like some yarn and crochet stuff. I'll start with that first, so that this video will at least be about that. And then I'll go off on tangents and stuff like I do, and talk about some of the other little random things. And if you don't care about that, it doesn't matter. You don't have to watch it if you don't like want to see it. Like, oh, I got something Harry Potter related, or or Friends related, or like whatever. You don't have to watch that if you don't want to. But I will start with the yarn and the crochet stuff. So this is mainly like stuff from Goodwill and Salvation Army, and it's over a couple days. And there is sort of like, this feels like it's like a two-part video, because the reason why I got some of this stuff is because I was like trying to, I went to Hobby Lobby, and I felt like it was one of those days where it just felt like they were going to discount yarn, and they eventually did. But between the time that I walked in there and the time that they eventually had the yarn, I went to like some other places and went to Goodwill, and there was a day that I went to Salvation Army, and so it sort of feels like it's kind of related to that other video, because I got this in between all of that, but I'm going to save the Hobby Lobby stuff for another video. So this is just all about the Goodwill and the Salvation Army stuff. So let me just get to the yarn. So this is the little box that I got at Goodwill. This was only $6, and when I first looked at it, I thought, $6 for this little bin, because I couldn't really tell exactly. It looked like some of that eyelash yarn, but I didn't know if it was going to be worth $6. But I went ahead and got it anyway, and I'm glad I did, because this is really nice yarn. And so it was all taped and stuff, taped closed, thankfully with a lid on it. But anyway, and I did get a nice box out of it. No, this would have been $1.25 at or $1.50 now maybe. At Dollar Tree, just this box alone, but they actually taped it with the lid on it. But so I opened it up, and when I opened it up, I thought, thank goodness I got this, because this is really nice. It's like mostly that eyelash yarn, and stuff that will make nice trims on hats and scarves and all that kind of stuff. But I am going to be making a lot of that stuff, so I'm glad that I have this, because this is really nice. See, I have like a small section here with like some of that stuff that I've gotten in some Goodwill hauls, but like I've never gotten like a big thing like this. So there's a lot of this in here. So I'm going to go through it, and some of these brands I don't really know. So if you know something about these, and if you think, oh my god, that's like that brand, or like, oh that's just like Dollar Tree brand. Like I think Crafter's Square, this one right here, is a Dollar Tree brand, but the logo is different, so this is obviously older. But it's called, this one's called Crafter's Square Fun Yarn. And it's called Novelty Eyelash Yarn. And like I've never seen this at Dollar Tree, but I feel like Crafter's Square is Dollar Tree's brand. It just has a different logo. The logo doesn't look like this anymore. But it's like a really light blue, and it's that kind of eyelash yarn. And so this is like really pretty. This looks like a brand new skein. So fun yarn. So like one of these, and this one is called Moda Dia Dream. And it has a Hobby Lobby sticker on it. And so the Hobby Lobby price for this was $5.62, and God knows how old this was. So if it was $5.62, whenever the hell whenever the hell if it was $5.62, it feels like a little bit might be gone, because I don't think the label would be that loose. But it feels like it can't be that much bigger. But for this to have been $5.62 whenever this was, they bought this. I mean, I don't think there's a date on it or anything, like an expiration date. No, I don't think there's a date anywhere. But $5.62 for this. It's that eyelash yarn, except it's white, and this is like really soft. I mean, it looks like it might be like almost feel like bird's feathers, but it's not. It's really soft, and it's just, let's see, it's 57%, 57. The whole EG thing. Nylon, and then 43% acrylic. And so I've never heard of Moda Dia, M-O-D-A, and then there's like a dot, and then D-E-A. Is that like a brand that I've never heard of? Moda Dia Dream. And so it obviously must be nice if it was $5.62 for this tiny little skein, or it might have been a little bigger than this, but it can't have been like huge. So that must be really nice. And so got that one, and it's more like an ivoryish white. It's not really like a bright white, but it's really pretty anyway. And then this one is another one of those Crafter's Square and fun yarn, and this one's black. Oh, I didn't even this might actually have a colorway name. What's this? No, this doesn't have a colorway name. And this is just black. It's the same kind of thing, like that eyelash yarn, except it's black. And I don't know if you can see that or not. So it's just like eyelash yarn, and just really, really cool. I mean, I've never really worked with this like by itself or anything, or I've never used it yet to use as trim on things, but I feel like, you know, this is going to be like really cool on the outside of a hat, or like on a scarf or something. It is really interesting and cool. Like, I never really liked the really hairy yarns and stuff, but this isn't really hairy yarn. It's like, it's eyelash yarn that, you know, you use for other things. So I don't know. This one's from Lion brand. And let's see, what's this called? Oh, the label was, it came off and it was taped back. Fun something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to rip it, but it's a Lion brand yarn, and the colorway is Sapphire. It's this really deep dark blue, not like navy blue, but like a really vibrant, like almost a royal blue, but it has a little bit of darkness to it. So Lion brand yarn, and this one is Crafter Square. Another one. This is the Dollar Tree brand, right? Like, I can't believe that they had this in Dollar Tree, because that's the Premier Chenille. Oh no, those small skeins are up there in that white thing. I feel like Crafter Square is the Dollar Tree brand, unless this is a brand that just in like the cheap acrylics or whatever end up in Dollar Tree, and then they, like, maybe it exists outside of Dollar Tree, because like I can't imagine this being in Dollar Tree for $1 or $1.25 or whatever it was when this was out there. So I mean, like, Premier exists outside of Dollar Tree, so maybe Crafter Square is just one that, you know, their cheap acrylics end up in Dollar Tree, and it's just that they're not associated with Dollar Tree in any official way. I don't know, but this was obviously not in Dollar Tree. So Crafter Square, fun yarn. And again, there's no colorway name, so it just has some pretty purple and blue and green, like a pretty almost like a peacock feather mix, which is really pretty. And then this doesn't have a label, but it's just like this white eyelash yarn, which is really pretty. Eyelash, white eyelash yarn, and so that's just a little bundle of it. And then this one is the. Okay. This is the Lion brand yarn. Okay, that other one was called Fun Fur. That's what it's the same brand. So this is Lion brand Fun Fur, and the colorway is peacock, like a pretty sort of there's a lot of teals that are called peacock. So that's what colorway that is. It's like a pretty teal color. And then this one is the same thing. So there's two of these. I feel like I've gotten this before. Yeah, this must have come from the same person that you know, that used to have this before and ended up in Goodwill. So I do have another one of these. So this is like now I have 3 of these, unless there's another one in here too. So that's a really pretty teal color. I do love this teal color. Let me see. Oh, there's another one. Is this the same thing? Yeah. Oh, I have 4 of these now. Oh, there's a hook in here. Like, when I was going through this, it felt like the yarn was multiplying or whatever, because I was like, oh, this is really pretty. And then I would move one and think, oh, there's another. I didn't see that one before. And then I'd dig in there, and then there'd be like another one. It sort of felt like it was multiplying. And now there's like a crochet hook that was in there too. What was this? Oh, 5 and oh, this looks exactly like my crochet hook that I use all the time. So one of those cheap aluminum ones. But anyway, these match perfectly. This one right here. So I have another one of those, but this is called. Oh, this is from Hobby Lobby too. Oh, this is like an old Yarn Bee skein. See, like the old Yarn Bee label. I mean, logo right there on this one. But it's blocked by a clearance sticker. The clearance price for this was $1.61. The regular price was $2.68. Oh, that's not 75% off. That wouldn't have been a good clearance price in my head. No, maybe they changed it since then. So this is Yarn Bee Elf eyelash yarn. The colorway is turquoise. Really pretty. It's that kind of yarn like this, where it sort of feels like, or it looks like feathers, but it's not. It's really soft, and it feels like that orange that I had gotten Yeah, it's exactly like that orange that I got in another haul. So that must be what that was. Yarn Bee Elf eyelash yarn, except it was like an orange color. And so this is like a pretty turquoise, like a pretty teal color. And so I love that. And then this one is one of those like pom-pom yarns, and it's just black and has white pom-poms, some white in the thread too. But the eyelash part is black. And oh, there's no eyelash part there. I don't know. It really interesting. Like I don't know. I guess you'd use the same kind of thing, or use this kind of yarn with the pom poms on for the same kind of thing. Like, you know, put around the trim of hats and stuff. I've never used any yarn with pom poms, but I do have a lot of it now, or not a lot of it, but you know, some of it. And then this one, and like, see, even this one, I feel like, did I even see this one yet? I don't know, because like I saw this one, but I don't remember seeing this when I first got this. It was only the other day. Like it's multiplying. The magic in this house. You know, you'll find out in the future. Lion brand yarn, fancy fur, and it has pom poms in it. And but it's pink. Like the eyelash part is pink. But then if you look at the strand of it, it's almost like a gradient of color. There's like some green and blue and some teal and just really cool. Like and it's weird that like as many times as I've never gone into like an actual like a yarn, like a dedicated yarn store, because we don't have one around here. I've only gone into like the big, you know, craft stores and stuff, and you know, like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or the Walmart craft section, or like I've never been into like a luxury yarn store or like a dedicated yarn store. So I've never seen this in person. But it's weird. I've never seen any of this like ever, like any of this eyelash yarn, or like these must be. I mean, they can't. They have stopped making all these. They probably still make all this stuff, but I've never seen it in person, except for when I get it at Goodwill. But yeah, what's weird is like some of these labels say Hobby Lobby, so they must just not sell this stuff anymore. But you know, it's really interesting. But I've never been exposed to it other than like, you know, getting it in Goodwill boxes, or like this. Okay. This looks like, you know, some sort of New Year's Eve confetti got caught in some eyelash yarn. Like these little, I guess it looks like it would be paper, but it's not. It's like little pieces of fabric, like almost mesh fabric, like really thin. And I mean, it's really cool. Like all these different, like the base of it is black, like this black eyelash yarn. And then there's like some yellow and pink and blue. It almost looks like confetti. Like you could make a hat, like those people that, you know, stand outside in New York City on New Year's Eve or whatever, and they always have like hats on because it's always cold as hell. Like this would be cool to, like, you know, put on the edge of a hat that you'd wear out there like for New Year's Eve or something, because of all the little pieces of confetti that are in this. It's really cool. And then this one, so I don't know the name brand. There's no label because it's only a little bundle left. And there's this one. It's the same kind of thing, except the confetti part is just white. So it's black and white. So that's really cool. And I mean, this is like, I'm getting so many interesting yarns at, you know, Goodwill. It's weird. And another Crafter Square fun yarn, and this is just a red color, no colorway name, so it's just like a red color, really nice red. And then this one is the Yarn Bee Wild Child eyelash yarn, and this one has a colorway name, Chambray. I guess that's how you say that, or chambray, if you're from the south. No, chambray, Chambray. I don't know. And it's like compared to that blue, this is like more of a navy blue than this one right here. So see, this one's more like a vibrant royal blue kind of thing, and this one's more of like a navy blue, like a deep navy blue. And so that one's really cool, and it's from Yarn Bee. So like this is what their logo used to look like. If you care about that, I think that's kind of interesting to see like old logos compared to like the ones they have now. So that's their old logo. So that's kind of cool. That'd be worth like saving the that's some hoarder thing. I love that. I love like branding and logos and all that kind of stuff. I do like to save the old labels of things. So this is Yarn Bee too. This is Whirligig. I don't know. Let me peel this off. Whirligig. Whirligig. Is that how you say that? I don't know. Maybe not. I have no idea. But the color is called red. like red. That's not just red. That's red. I don't know. So I guess the same person who'd say whirligig would probably say that's red. I don't know. But anyway, so the price on this is $4.68. That was the original price at Hobby Lobby, and and this is what. 100% polyester. It's really cool. It's kind of like, it reminds you of that yarn that looks like feathers, but it's like they have little bits of it like back and forth on the strand itself. And see how it's kind of like that? It's really cool, and it's kind of shiny, but it doesn't feel like odd. It just it's really soft and nice. Not as soft as that other one, but it is really nice and soft. And this is more like, I know it's called red, but it feels like an orange red, more than like a deep red. Like even compared to this, like this is more red than this one is. This one feels a little bit orangey on the orangey scale. So it should be called like orange red. But anyway, so that's the all the eyelash yarn that I got in this little bin. But like all this for $6. I mean, I can't imagine that this is worth less than that. I mean, this must be, this is probably a really good deal too. I'm sure that the Crafter Square might not be worth as much as like some of this other yarn, like as if I'm going to sell it. But like, because you know, if this ended up at Dollar Tree, or no, just the branded, maybe this is like expensive yarn. It's just like really nice expensive yarn. It has to be, because like I've never seen this anywhere. I don't think I've ever seen eyelash yarn in person in any store except for, you know, secondhand at Goodwill or, you know, Salvation Army or whatever. Or I don't even think I've seen it at Salvation Army. So anyway, so that was like a really good deal. So that's $6 for all of that. So that was good. And then I'll stay on the crochet, and then eventually I'll go off on all this other stuff. But I went to Goodwill, and again, these are like, you know, multiple days or whatever. I went to Goodwill, and they had 6 crochet books. Because like every time I look in the book section at Goodwill, it's always like I see tons of quilting books and stitching books and sewing books and even knitting books, but like I hardly ever see crochet books. I do have a couple crochet books that I've gotten over the years, but like I've never seen many crochet books. But they did have 6 of them, and that was like a huge score. So this one's called Crochet with Bits and Pieces, and so I got that book. And like I've said, I'm not really one to follow detailed patterns. Like in some of these, I know that I'm not gonna. It's just like round 7, round 8, round 9, round 10, round 11. Like going through there and having to like check every single row or like whatever. If there's ones in here where it'll say like, you know, rows 7 through 11, then like I would prefer to, like, okay, right here it says like rounds 10 through 17. Okay, so that means if I read that right and memorize it, then I'll be able to, you know, at least mindlessly do that, you know, for the length it takes to do 7 rows. But I don't like the idea of like sitting there and going, okay, this project has, you know, 87 rows, and I have to stop after every single one of them to check the sequence and the pattern or whatever, because you have to keep changing it all the time. That just doesn't seem fun for me. But there's a lot of really cool things in here, and I would show some of the things, but like every single page with the pictures on it have like the pattern on it too, and so I don't want to like give away the pattern in these books or whatever. But I mean, you can see like the back of like some of the stuff that they have in the books. I guess I can at least show you that. But I don't want to give away any patterns because, you know, they're copyrighted. I don't own this stuff. But they're really cool stuff in here. Here's a page where like you can crochet around a jar, or like little doilies, or like jewelry, or, you know, like there's a lot of really interesting things in these books, and stuff that don't seem too complicated, where I could because like part of the pattern's down here, like you know, table runners or party mats, or just like really like different kinds of scarves and shoes, and even dog clothes, and just like really fun kind of things. There's like some generic functional things in here too, but really pretty things in all these books. So I'm glad that I found these books, and even if it's just like the novelty of having crochet books, but I feel like there's some stuff in here that I will actually want to do that don't seem too complicated. But of course, eventually down the road, it might get to the point where I sort of find it interesting that I can follow a pattern and I can make all kinds of really creative things. But I'm just not that in that mindset right now. I like to mindlessly crochet. I don't like to stop every couple seconds to think, okay, oh, I have to do 6 double crochets, and then in that next stitch I have to do a chain and skip that one and skip the second one too. But then like that kind of stuff, chain 1, single crochet and same chain. So like I don't know, that kind of stuff I'm just not really looking forward to. But it's really cool to have these books and to find these books. So that one's that one, and this one's called Easy Living Crochet, and really cool looking stuff in here, and like pillows, and you can crochet around a water bottle and crochet a clock. I guess you need like the workings of a clock. That's kind of cool. Oh, and again, I don't own the pictures that I'm just showing either. They're just from the book. But they're just like really cool stuff in here. A lot of scarves and handbags and stuff in this book. But got that one. And Country Christmas Crochet. That's another book. Found that one. And all these books were, I think they were $2. The hardbacks are $2 at Goodwill, which pisses me off. But it was worth it to, so like these 6 books were $12. I mean, it was worth it because they're crochet books, and I hardly ever see them in Goodwill, so it was worth getting them for that. But still. And like some Christmas ornaments and just all kinds of really fun things for Christmas. But so there's that book, and then this one is Crochet Gifts in a Weekend, and so that's another book that I found, and some pictures, and so this one has like little kids' clothes and scarves and little doilies and jar covers and napkins and just all kinds of fun stuff. It's really cool. And then this one's called Granny Squares, Nanny Squares, New Twists for Classic Crochet. That's really cool. And these aren't like you wouldn't like back here, you wouldn't look at that and think that that's a granny square. That doesn't look like a granny square in my head. I mean, that looks like some really intricate doilies kind of thing. I mean, that doesn't look like a granny square. So this or like this on the table there. I mean, I guess those are granny squares. This one must be like really complicated. Ones that I probably won't do. I hate to say that, but I mean they're gorgeous, but it's going to make me think of like granny squares in a different way, because sometimes, like I've said in my videos, I'm just not crazy about granny squares, but I think what I don't like about granny squares is the colors that people choose. How in my mind they just don't really match very well. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with the pattern of a granny square. I think just what is unappealing to me, and probably a lot of people that oh, I hate granny squares. Like I used to say, I think it's just the colors that people choose, because if you look at it, I mean, half the time it's just like a bunch of double crochets, in a round, and so it's not that there's nothing wrong with the pattern of a granny square. I think it's just the colors that are sometimes unappealing. But that's true of any kind of crochet. But these are like really unique granny squares. I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, they're almost like doily granny squares. I mean, wow. Like something like that. I mean, that just doesn't register in my head as a granny square, but I guess it is. Or it's just like multiple squares attached to each other, but really cool book. And then this one's called Crochet for Caring and Sharing, Touching Lives One Stitch at a Time. So I guess it's like if you want to crochet gifts for people. And so all kinds of like patterns in here for the socks, and this is okay. Let me try to show this. This is adorable. Okay, and you can tell how old this book is because it has like the big monitor, like the ones we used to have in the 90s. The computer monitors. But it has like a little kitty bed thing on top of a computer monitor, and that's adorable. So you can like crochet a little pillow for your kitty on top of your computer. If you saw how fat my cat used to be, or no, how how fat the cat I used to have was. He never got skinny. He was, you know, a big fat ass until the day he died. But he was just this big. He was bigger. He was a big glutton like me. No, he was a big fat ass kitty, and he would never have fit on a monitor, no matter how big they were that I used to have on my computer. He never would have fit on top of my monitor. He would have fell off or knocked it off my desk or whatever, because he was such a big, you know, chunky fat ass. But anyway. And oh, and this is one that I saw in this book. I feel like I don't want to block it, or I mean, I want to block it. These purses. I don't want to make a purse, but this seemed like it would be kind of simple to do. This purse, like right here, that has like the rings on the like there's 2 rings or whatever, and then you crochet the panel onto the rings, and then you attach it, and then the rings kind of come together. I went into Hobby Lobby one day looking to see if they had any of those rings like that, and I couldn't find any that, I mean, unless they're not solid rings. I mean, I guess what I could do is get like a bracelet, like a like, I'm just thinking about like all the stuff that oh my god. No, there's some bracelets in my grandma's stuff that because we inherited some of her stuff, and she has some bracelets, but like I don't think a bracelet would probably be too thick unless she has some thin ones. But like I was thinking, there's some yard sale stuff in the closets behind all this yarn, like in this room, and but none of that is the stuff that was my grandma's. But like I guess I could find like some bracelets to like, but I couldn't find any kind of like metal rings to make a little handbag. But I don't know, maybe I just didn't look well enough in there. But that's something that I think would be kind of cool to make. It seemed really simple, and it's only like 1 page. So like it's a good thing I blocked that, because it was basically the whole pattern. So I don't know, or like, you know, cell phone thing. I don't need a cell phone bag. Sleeping bags and throw blankets and socks, and just like I don't know, it's really cool to have these books to if I don't like make very specific things from these books, it sort of inspire me to think, oh, that they made like a crocheted you know, something like, who would think to make a kitty bed made out of crochet for the back of your computer. It's just going to inspire me to make all kinds of things. But I'm really glad that I got these crochet books. And then when I was the same day I went up there to get these crochet books, the woman behind the register at Goodwill, she was talking about how, or she said, "Oh, you found some crochet books," and she said that she knows how to crochet, and she makes all kinds of things. She was talking about some of the stuff that she's crocheted, and what was like, I didn't even address the fact that I crochet or whatever. I just, because I was with my mom, and I sort of like let her talk the way she does to people, and I didn't even want to address it, because I thought, like, the whole joke in my head that, like, since I'm the one that gets all the clearance yarn in Hobby Lobby, that I'm going to get a knitting needle to the neck from somebody, because I'm the one, they're going to think, oh, you're the one that keeps taking all the yarn, and then like stab me in the neck. And so that's what goes through my head anytime I meet anybody now that crochets or mentions yarn or whatever. I'm thinking, they're going to know that I'm the one that gets all the yarn. Or what if they find out that I'm the one that gets all the yarn, and that they have a face and they know exactly who I am, and then they're going to get pissed, because they were like clearance yarn, and I keep taking it all. But whatever. And so, but then I sort of like the joke in my head was like, oh well, at least she crochets. She didn't say anything about knitting or whatever, and I think that I could probably survive an attempted crochet hook stabbed in the neck, because unless it's like one of those little tiny crochet hooks. But like, they're not pointy enough to like stab me, and it'd be fatal. So at least I was sort of safe with her. Again, this is all made up in my head, but you know what I'm saying, like the joke in my head. But whatever. Okay, now I'll get on to the other stuff, the sort of random stuff. And speaking of like the people that work in Goodwill, how I said that. In one of my other videos, I had found this cup. This isn't the one that I saw in Goodwill, but this is one that I bought on eBay to replace the one that we missed out on getting it at Goodwill. It says making bacon, because they're playing leapfrog, as Rose Nyland would say. But anyway, so, and then the whole joke that there's just like a really sweet woman that works in Goodwill, not the one that crochets, but somebody else. And the funny scenario of like my mom thinking, my mom and I thinking, like, oh God, what would she have said? She's just like this really sweet, nice woman. Like, what would she have said? And like I said in my video, just going to repeat myself. She like notices every single thing that you you get at Goodwill, and like as she's ringing it up, and she'll like make little comments on it. It's like if my mom finds a shirt, she'll say, "Oh, isn't this pretty?" And "Oh, the pattern on this is so nice." Or like I get a DVD or whatever. "Oh, this movie looks really good." Like she's one of those people that like, it's like she notices everything, and so she's not like one of these people that just like, you know, rings stuff through and doesn't really care. Like she's so nice and stuff. She notices and wants to make conversation and everything. And so and the funny scenario in our head was like, oh God, what if we actually would have bought the mug that we saw at Goodwill, and it would have been her, and then we would have had to go through her line with this thing, and God knows what this sweet innocent. I mean, she could, you know, find it funny or whatever, but like, she just seems so nice and sweet and innocent in a way that, you know, she probably thought, oh my God, like, you know, we didn't want to like, you know, freak her out, like, oh my God, you know, but anyway, so there's that story. And but we were in Goodwill, and we found this piggy bank, and this is like, you know, a little vulgar, but whatever. And no, it's not. They're you know, she's giving him a piggyback ride, a literal piggy. That's what it is. She's giving him a piggyback ride. This like leather daddy looking guy. She's giving him a piggyback ride. So that's what it is. It's a piggyback ride bank. So anyway, so it's these pigs, and they're, you know, playing piggyback or leapfrog, and so we found this thing, and we were going heading up towards the register or whatever. This was like, you know, a couple of dollars. It was like this ridiculous thing. And we're going to put it next to our little mug, but I thought it was funny, and my mom did too. And so we were walking towards the register, and that woman was there, and I thought, oh God, like, you know, I got out of like you know, going through the line with something like this, and then I even mentioned it in the video that hasn't come out yet as I'm filming this, and then we come across this, and then it's like, oh God, we're in this situation, like it was sort of funny in our heads that, you know, we could have like actually bought the original mug and gone through her line, and what would she have said. And so luckily she was like on her, she like took a break like right as we were heading towards the register, and she was just like, hey, how are y'all, and like all, and she like, you know, walked in the back, and I was thinking, oh thank God, because like, you know, she would have like picked this up and that, oh, some piggies, and that, oh God, like what would she have thought, or what would she have said, because, you know, she always comments on everything. But anyway, so we did get that, but whatever. And then that's just sort of all the stuff from this point on is just like random stuff. And so I like to look at the DVDs, and they had the Dolly Parton's Heartstrings anthology series. We've never seen this. I don't have Netflix. I have like DVDs and all that kind of stuff, but I've never seen. I love Dolly Parton, and so we're going to really enjoy this, my mom and I. We did watch the episode with Delta Burke and her husband, and it was really good, really sad, but really good episode of this. But I just like found that for $2.99. I hate that their DVDs are $2.99, but you know, it was worth it for this because I do love Dolly Parton. And then in there, I found. Like this teddy bear. It's just, all this from this point on is just ridiculous stuff. There's some crafty stuff in the stuff from Salvation Army, but like, you know, this is just like ridiculous stuff from this point on. So it's a Build-A-Bear bear, and this was $8, but then it was on top of the clothes, and so all I saw was this. It's a feet, and I thought like there's the Harry Potter logo, and then there's the Hogwarts logo. And so I thought, oh, must be like a Harry Potter thing. And so it's a Harry Potter Build-A-Bear, and it has like the Ravenclaw scarf, and like I said, I'm a Ravenclaw if you know care about any of that. But it has like the Ravenclaw thing on its little jacket or whatever. It's just something that's going to go with my Harry Potter stuff. It's really cool. So this little teddy bear. So I did get that, and then they had and a lot of this stuff is just like sort of random days because I have gone there a couple of times. I didn't get all this on the same day. It's just like, you know, random. And then they had this this piece of art thing, and it says we were on a break. You know, can you figure out where that's from? You should know. It's from Friends, and so it's like this little sign that says we were on a break. And I do have a lot of Friends stuff, and so a lot of like Friends pictures like this too. So like with the where you can actually see them and stuff. But this will go with all my Friends stuff. This is $1.99. So that was kind of cool. We were on a break, you know, and then they had these. You know how I said I like jewel things and glittery things and all that kind of stuff. Speaking of glitter, you know, you'll find out. But they had these two. These were $2.99. They're these Christmas ornaments, and these are going to go on my Christmas tree. I'm going to put some pictures in it. But they're these little frames, and they have rubies or whatever around it. And some of these little jewels on the edge are like they almost look purple or kind of opal-y. And so it's from Dillard's Trimmings or whatever. It holds like a photo. There are these little photo frames or whatever. It's really nice. They're like nice and metal, and they're both the same. And so I thought like I could put a picture of my mom and a picture of me and the other one. And so they're really nice and really pretty. And then my mom found this, and it's going to go in this room. And it's like this little bottle of softener. I mean, it's like a hard thing. It's like a piece. It feels like a piece of wood. It looks like a little bottle of softener, and it's holding like a washboard. And then the little legs that are hanging down. It's too bad that this isn't yarn because it would kind of match this room. But it's just like a string or whatever, and or rope. And its little feet are like the old style of clothespins, and so it's kind of cool. I'm just gonna have it like sitting on our washing machine in here, but it's too bad that the legs aren't made out of yarn or whatever. Like from far away, it could kind of look like it's made out of yarn. It would kind of fit in this room, but this is like some of the ridiculous kind of funny things that we would buy, and when we see it, because it's kind of like adorable. And then the other things are from Salvation Army, so I think that's all the Goodwill stuff. And God, that is so heavy. This is a hell of a deal. If you like the kind of stuff that I like. This is one bag that I got after this one. I'm going to do that one last because it's going to probably make a mess. But I found, or this is something from my niece, but she loves like mermaids and stuff. That's just one of the things that she likes. This is 99 cents. To put like, I told my mom that she can like put her scrunchies or something on it, or like her bracelets when she takes them off, or her cuffs, or like whatever I make her. But that's always cool. It has like the mermaid tail on it, so got that at 99 cents. But that was just in that bag. And then I got these two things, and they're these big hearts. And like I said, I have a lot of I Love Lucy stuff, and so yeah, and I have an I Love Lucy tree. But like, what I'm gonna do with this, I think will be really cool. They're these like hollow hearts, and you can open them up and like put something in them. And what I thought I would do is that Heidi ornament that I showed in one of my videos, where I sort of, in some kind of diorama style, I made it look like Heidi in her grandfather carrying in the wood to the grandfather's house. And I thought, since these open up, it would be kind of cool. Like, you wouldn't be able to see it very well if I closed it. So what I thought I would do is, like, there's two of these in here. So I thought I'll cut this string and I'll redo the string, and then use like one of these as like the background, and then build like a Lucy scene in here the same way I did on the Heidi ornament. And I do have a piece of plastic I can like hot glue over this, and sort of make like a diorama style I Love Lucy ornament, like make 4 of them on my I Love Lucy tree. That would be like really cool to do, and use this as the base of it, because this is just like gorgeous, this pretty heart or whatever, and be like the perfect base for an ornament like that. And so that's what I'm going to use these for. These were only 99 cents a piece, so and it's technically like 4 ornaments in my head, because I'm going to be making 4 of them out of it. I guess I'll pick like my 4 favorite episodes of I Love Lucy and make one for each of those. Vitamin to Vegemite would be one of them, of course. And so that was all that's in this bag. I have to plug in my camera. Hang on. And then this other bag, I did get. They had a bag of like glitter hearts, and like. I want to show my I Love Lucy collection. I still need to organize it a little bit better than it is now. But I have all this like garland that's from Valentine's Day that I want to put upstairs where my Lucy stuff is, and because I basically have like a Lucy wall. It's not as full looking as this, but I do have like a dedicated wall in my upstairs that is nothing but Lucy, like my Mattel dolls and my collectibles and books and DVDs and like all. It's like my Lucy wall, and I want to decorate the wall with like stuff like this, with like these glitter hearts, like sort of like these glittery hearts that are like stickers and stuff. I do have a lot of. You can see them better that way. There's some white ones in there. That's the back of some of them too. But there are some like white ones, and I'll use like the red ones and the pink ones, and like make all kinds of like heart stuff. But I did get those for my Lucy stuff. And there's a pin in here. There's a little book. Where is it? Here it is. And you know, I love jewel things and glittery things. This is only 99 cents. And it reminds you of like peacock feathers. It's just gorgeous, and it's brand new because the little tip of this pen is it still has a little piece of plastic on it. But it's like this little notebook that looks like this, has all these jewels on it, and I mean, doesn't it look like like peacock feathers? It's gorgeous, and I was about to describe the color as if I'm describing yarn. It has like greens and blues, but whatever. So it just looks like peacock feather. It looks like peacock feathers, and then there's like a matching pin. And I love this kind of stuff. This will go with like my little jewel collection. It's really cool, and the fact that it's like a pen and like something to write on, it kind of matches my personality even more because I'm a writer. I love all kinds of like little notebooks and journals and all that kind. I love this kind of stuff, and so the fact that it has jewels and stuff on it's really cool. So that was only 99 cents. But anyway, speaking of glitter, they had these bags of glitter at Salvation Army. They were $5 a piece, but there's so much glitter in each one of them. I got all 4 bags because I love glitter. And I've jokingly said in the comments, but I've said it so many times in my life that at the end of Return to Oz, that movie, that Return to Oz, when they defeat the Gnome King, there's that scene where like she's like looking at the rubble, all the rocks and stuff, and there's like all this like red glittery glowing stuff, and it turns out it's just the ruby slippers. But I've jokingly said that like I've used glitter in so many crafty things in this house. It's literally everywhere, in every crack and corner. Like sometimes it feels like it's climbing up the walls, because I like find it like on the baseboards, and like it's everywhere in this house, and it gets in like every crack and corner. But I love it. My niece loves it too. She's like, oh, there's like some glitter over there, and she just loves it. And so it's because of like all the crafty stuff I've done for her. But I do love glittery things too. But it does get everywhere. And I've jokingly said that like if this house ever falls down, it's going to be like that scene at the end of Return to Oz where the neighbors are going to like, oh my God, what's going on? And then they're just going to be like, there's this big pile of rubble with all this like glowing glittery stuff in it, and they're going to look, and it's going to be all the glitter that's in this house, just everywhere, causing our big crumbling house or whatever to like the glowing thing that everybody talks about in the neighborhood. But anyway, because there's so much glitter everywhere. And so these bags are only $5, but like some of them are used, but like some of these are like full bottles of containers of glitter. I mean, like all this glitter right here, this was $5, and some of these name brands are the Hobby Lobby brand, and I don't know what that one is, but like these ones like this, I've shown a couple of these in my my videos, or one of my videos, and these look like they're practically full, and there's like green and red, purple, and all kinds of different colors, and then all kinds of little tiny containers of them like that, and that's just one bag. And so that was worth $5 because I bought glitter. I know what glitter costs. It's expensive as hell, and I spent a lot of money on glitter, probably more than I've spent on. No, I'm exaggerating. I was gonna say probably more than I've spent on yarn, but I seriously doubt that. But I was just exaggerating. I'm gonna make a joke. But I know how expensive glitter is. But oh, a plane. Because we were getting like some sprinkly rain or whatever. I was thinking, is that like heavy rain or whatever? No, it's like a plane going by. And I think about like one of my other videos where I said, hopefully it's like delivering yarn somewhere. That's the first thing that pops into my head every time I hear a plane too. That joke that I made in some video where I said that. But whatever. And so this is another bag of glitter. These are all like the little tiny bottles of glitter. But like really unique glitters, like some holographic kind, and just all these like different glitter. I mean, this is like a hell of a deal on this glitter because glitter is expensive as hell. I mean, it really is. And so $5 for that one. And I was gonna go like open these up and go through all of it. You don't need to. I don't need to do that. And this one has one of those. I bought one of these on Amazon before. One of these like this that have all these like little tiny containers of glitter in them. They don't look as full, or no, they're evenly empty. So that's probably how full they were. And then there's like these little tiny containers of glitter, and some iridescent glitter. This one's from Walmart. I know that one because I've gotten that same exact one before. And just gorgeous, tons of glitter, $5. And I knew that they had just put this out because there was one of these bags that was still in a cart that they hadn't put out on the shelf yet, and so I grabbed that one too. And so I was really lucky to come across this. This is one that is, it feels, you know, there's one of them's open in here, or just the lid isn't on it very well or something. This is the glitter that they have at, I feel like this is the Walmart brand. The kind of, like these square ones that that have the holes in the bottom that, you know, where they can stack on top of each other. But this glitter right here is expensive. I mean, I'm not saying that this is like, you know, oh, this is valuable. I'm saying, like, for a cheap person like me, this glitter is one glitter that I hardly ever get because of how expensive it is. It's like really fine glitter, like almost like powdery. And this one isn't. This is more like a white glitter. But a lot of it is that like really fine powdery glitter, and just really nice. So $5 for that too. So that was a really good deal for all this glitter. And I will use it. And I wish I could try to find ways to show that stuff, and I mean, I did go off on tangents in this, but it was sort of crochet related, because, you know, when I found all this stuff, I found some yarn or some crochet books or whatever. But like, I don't want to just like bring my videos to a halt to say, oh, here's this thing that I made, you know, 2 years ago that has nothing to do with crochet or whatever. I just wanted to show it in a video to show it off. Like, there's no, unless there's like some kind of natural way to show something in some sort of tangenty way. I don't want to just, like, you know, show something random like that, because this is, you know, crocheting with EG. It's not like, you know, crocheting etc. from EG, or like just my channel where I'm talking about like all my creative interests and stuff, which is what I wanted it to be before. But there's like glitter all over the place. Oh well, yeah, it'll just spread around with all the rest of the glitter. Have fun together. But anyway, just weird creative life. So anyway, so I think that's about it. Like all the Goodwill and the Salvation Army stuff, and I will do the Hobby Lobby yarn or whatever, but that's gonna be in another video. So I guess that's enough for this video. I hope you didn't mind like all the random tangents and stuff, but it is kind of like, you know, creative stuff. I mean, a lot of it's not, you know, the pigs weren't, but you know what I'm saying. Just like a ridiculous. I mean, my videos are like creative and sometimes a little like ridiculous to the point where it's not really creative, it's just ridiculous. But you know, hopefully it all, you know, fits in with, you know, my personality and stuff. But you know, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.